They're bright and in the limelight. Welcome to WatchMojo UK, and today we'll be counting down the top 10 smartest British celebrities. Before we begin, if you enjoyed this video, be sure to subscribe for more great content. For this list, we'll be looking at British celebrities who are of above average intelligence, but are famous for something other than their intellect. So, while renowned scientist Brian Cox doesn't feature today, super brainy actors do.
I've got a Porsche!
Number 10, Emma Watson. She played a know-it-all in the Harry Potter films, but it wasn't all for show. In fact, it's well known that whilst shooting the Wizarding franchise, Watson worked her shooting schedule around her education. From 2011 onwards, she studied at Worcester College, Oxford, and at the Ivy League Brown University, earning a bachelor's degree in English literature.
Every morning just the same, since the morning that we came.
Watson also became a UN Women Goodwill Ambassador in 2014, and she's even a certified yoga and meditation teacher.
I mean, I watched it so many times I made my parents crazy.
Number 9, Colin Firth.
Are we going to stand around here all day? Or are we going to fight?
Despite his well-rounded accent and scholarly views, it might surprise you that Firth never enjoyed school.
I know that.
Although finding an interest in English literature at sixth form, Firth described his time at school as boring, with most of his younger years spent pursuing acting, where he joined the National Youth Theatre and eventually studied at the Drama Centre London. However, his time as a guest editor at BBC Radio 4 saw him credited as a co-author on a paper researching the brain activity of politicians, and he's also fluent in Italian. Number 8, Thandie Newton.
Yeah? What job?
This actor has had an abundance of notable film and TV roles, but she also belongs to higher education's upper echelons. Studying dance at the Tring Park School for the Performing Arts in her 20s, she went on to attend Downing College, Cambridge, where she graduated in social anthropology. Since then, she's been involved in numerous charity works with the likes of the NSPCC and Greenpeace. Number 7, Sacha Baron Cohen.
My name is Borat. I like you. I like sex. It's nice.
It's difficult to take this guy seriously, especially considering that before 2004, he only ever did interviews in character.
What was it like not being the first man on the moon? Was you ever jealous of Louis Armstrong?
But beneath his committed comedic facade is a very intelligent chap. Studying at Christ's College, Cambridge, he graduated with an upper second-class honours in history. Whilst at university, he also performed as part of the Amateur Dramatic Club, in performances such as Fiddler on the Roof.
We are 2 months away from enriching weapons-grade uranium.
And contrary to what some of his character personas would have you believe, he was raised Jewish, meaning he's fluent in Hebrew. Number 6, Hugh Laurie.
Sometimes the best gift is the gift of never seeing you again.
Known for his portrayal of intelligent and not so intelligent characters, Hugh Laurie has an interesting educational history.
Well, I've never penultimated any of them in that solar sojourn.
Attending Eton College and later Selwyn College, Cambridge, Laurie studied archaeology and anthropology, but particularly excelled in the rowing team.
But who knows? Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm too stoned to tell.
However, due to illness, he eventually fell into acting and joined Cambridge Footlights, for which he'd later become the president. There he met actor Emma Thompson, who introduced him to Stephen Fry, and the rest is history.
At least if I was a fag.
Number 5, Hugh Grant.
I think I love you. And,
He may play the well-spoken, highly educated guy in the films, but is he worthy of the part? In short, yes he is. From Wetherby Prep School to Latimer Upper School, Grant later earned a scholarship to New College, Oxford.
Come on, get a grip.
There he studied English and starred in his first film, Privileged, which was funded by the university. Although offered the chance to study for a PhD in History of Art, Grant couldn't raise the funds, so started touring with the Oxford University's Dramatic Society, initially as a creative outlet only.
Bugger.
Number 4, Kate Beckinsale. Describing herself as a late bloomer, Beckinsale was educated at Godolphin and Latimer School before going on to study French and Russian literature at Oxford. In between essays, she also attended theatre groups including Orange Tree Youth Theatre and Oxford University Dramatic Society, leading to her breakthrough in acting. She also found an affinity for writing, winning the W.H. Smith's Young Writer of the Year award twice. Plus, thanks to her focus on foreign literature, she's fluent in multiple languages.
Нет, я не дам вам свой пароль в Wi-Fi.
Number 3. Rowan Atkinson. Mr. Bean, Johnny English, electrical engineer? Yep. Although frequently appearing on screen as a somewhat dim-witted buffoon, Atkinson is a highly educated guy.
They make an interesting couple, don't they? I think you probably recognise this huge sweating mound of blubber here.
Studying at a prep school and going on to earn a degree in electrical engineering from Newcastle University, he continued his degree and earned himself a master's at the Queen's College, Oxford.
I love the sort of the insularity of Mr. Bean, this sort of self-centeredness which reflects in the fact that, you know, if I have to get myself into the part, I don't need another person.
During his studies, he also took part in the Experimental Theatre Club and Oxford University Dramatic Society. Number 2. John Cleese. Cleese proved a pioneer for the Footlights Club at Cambridge, helping establish it as a prestigious platform for actors.
It's expired and gone to meet its maker. This is a late parrot.
As a teenager, Cleese had long been listed to enroll at Cambridge University, but his move was delayed due to an increased number of applicants. So, the comic bided his time by teaching for 2 years before finally attending Downing College and reading law. He also joined Footlights, using it as a springboard for his work as a writer and actor, alongside the likes of fellow Python Graham Chapman. Number 1. Brian May.
By looking at the reflected light from dust in the solar system and analysing its spectrum, we were able to see Doppler shifts in the lines.
May is just as much a learned scientist as he is a legendary musician. The Queen guitarist attended Hampton Grammar School before attending Imperial College London and graduating with a Bachelor of Science degree in physics in 1968. Launching in-depth research into interplanetary dust between 1970 and 1974, he completed his work years later and was finally awarded his PhD in astrophysics in 2007.
In the name of common decency, you know, can you guarantee that Cameron will not saturate us with more of this propaganda and win the case by that unfair method?
May was also credited as a science team collaborator on NASA's New Horizons Pluto mission. And who said science isn't cool?
That's your lot.
Do you agree with our picks? Check out these other great clips from WatchMojo UK and subscribe for more great content.